off at you real fast. Joe Estey, tell us a little bit, just some nuggets for people that are maybe watching this and they're young, but they could also be older and they seem to hit a spot in their life where they're just not going anywhere. They want more out of their life. You're a motivational expert. You talk to big companies. What would you tell them?
I tell them to go back and look at their central focus and the interests they have. Most people wander away from what really interested them, and then they are no longer interesting to the people that they're working with. So if they just go back to their core values, why did they start doing the things they did? Are they into helping people, protecting the environment, making people or companies more proficient? Usually, if they can identify their core interests, which are directly tied to their values, their vocation naturally falls out of that.
So if you could give any advice to a young person, especially about the future, 2012, there's so many people saying different things, what you should concentrate in. It seems like you always tell people to go back to your love. Don't worry about like computers or energy or this or that. It's always go back to that love. Right. What would you tell them a little bit more in depth?
I would say that, number one, don't see people in a very clearly defined narrow window, especially based on their age or interests or even the vocation. So if you've got a general talent that can ease or produce a need in somebody else's life. Let's say you do something well and another person doesn't do that as well, and they can learn from you. It's not age dependent. It's not generational dependent. In fact, research has shown that we stereotype too often people because of when they were born in a certain era, instead of because of the values and the skills that they've developed. So young people, for instance, today, meaning Generation Yers, have more of an opportunity to be managers or leaders in business over the next few years simply because of the population explosion in their generation. So baby boomers went out, they got a lot of leadership positions, they are now retiring or about to retire or have found different interests vocationally. The Generation Xers typically shunned leadership positions and management positions because they saw what it did to their workaholic parents and brothers and sisters who were baby boomers. So there was a great deficit numbers-wide in people who can lead other people in activities, which means that this generation of Gen Yers, which will represent 40% of the workplace in the next 2 to 4 years, have an opportunity just to fill in the slots of what we traditionally call managers and work roles, because Gen Xers aren't doing it. So there's an avenue for them to get there. But what they're going to have to focus on is this. What is it that they can do so well that other people in the organization will benefit from? And they need a clear understanding of where their company is going, the products and services they offer, and where their deficiencies are. So if they can master that, who are we, what are we deficient in, what role do I have to play in bridging that gap, they'll do well.